All right. Aaron has been doing a great job of, as he always does, supporting everything that goes on around here. So he put together packets for you, which is of different things that we had talked about last time. We talked about looking at student policies first in places and doing an analysis of what's been changed versus when it was adopted. So you'll see all these are in here right now. Your suggestion, Bill, which was a great one. But I wanted to start with just some introductions. Jess wasn't with us last time, and it might help everybody. And hopefully Joanna's coming. Marianne and I saw her this morning at the legislative breakfast, so hopefully she's on her way. You want to start off? And just
Sure. Jessica Frost, St. Albans Town School Board member. I have 3 kids. One who's through and at UVM, the other who's a senior, but she's trains ballet, so she actually lives out of state, and then one at BFA who's a freshman in Bill's office right now.
Yeah, Joanna's not good.
Okay. Karen Lenning. Oh my gosh, I almost gave my school title. I'm just used to saying that. I St. Albans City.
I am Aaron Smith. I am the executive assistant to the superintendent as well as board secretary.
Bill Eckler, St. Albans Town resident.
Marianne Doobie, Fairfield.
And Bill Kimball, superintendent of schools. One of the things that we had on the last one that we didn't put on this agenda that should have gotten here sometime in the agenda review is to have a chair for this committee. I've been kind of staffing it, but at the same time, I always feel uncomfortable chairing anything that's a subcommittee or a committee at the board, for the board. I just don't think it's one of those appropriate places. So maybe that's something we can talk about here.
What is that?
Basically, it entails just running the meeting and using the agenda and having us talk and then coming to consensus. I don't think I doubt, I've never seen a policy committee need like a formal vote to put a policy forward to the board, but in Robert's rules land, that's where that would go. But I've never seen that it's usually pretty consensus after the board. So that's basically what it is, it's just run. So
Just follow
the agenda and making it go. So. You thinking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What others feel? I'm running this real loosey. I'm not doing motions or anything like that right now. And I could work with you on that. Right. Make sure things prepped. Aaron, it's just all organized.
Keeps me in line. Keeps me staffed in paper reduction.
You got it.
Does anyone want to put forth a nomination for Marianne to be the chair?
I'll nominate Marianne to be the chair.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Good. All those in favor, Marianne being chair of the policy subcommittee, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Abstentions, great. So that's what that first piece was.
Okay.
We added that to the agenda. That was the agenda, my agenda review, very quick and informal. So now we're on to the new business. Do you want me to help you out through this and kind of where we're thinking where we're going?
Okay.
Or you can do it. Yeah, well, okay. So Bill did, as I introduced at the beginning of the meeting, Bill, you said, let's pick out a section, and I think we said students. That's what I recall.
Mm-hmm.
And then to do an analysis, which we have the spreadsheet that looked at what was the date when policies were adopted and when they've been changed. So there's 12 policies here that Aaron went through and did the analysis and just pulled either the current Maple Run policy and then what came out of you'll see something that looks like this, what it looks like that format. That's a model from the Vermont School Board's joint legal and the AOE to make something like that. So not that, I don't think we're gonna do the analysis. What I heard was, it was like, let's divvy these up, people read them, come back next meeting and give some reports. So I think this would be the smallest of any, the shortest of our meetings, because we'd say, okay, we got 12 of them, we have Joanna, she said she's knee deep in something right now, so she can't join us, so there's 5 people. How do you want to divide them up? And then look at them, come back and report. And that's why when there's this many policies that haven't been reviewed for so long, it's kind of what's called at board level a policy blitz, like which ones are really out, and which ones do we need to go to? And then the next thing I'm gonna ask you after this is, what's the next section? So we know in a month or 2, we want to get there. And we can figure out our pace and just do this it goes. So I didn't know if anyone had any, if it's as simple as just start dividing them, or any thoughts folks might have.
So according to the dates, a
Yeah.
lot of them were renewed in 22. Right? Oh, that was VSBA.
That's VSBA's.
Okay,
Ours is over on the
So-
left-hand side. I forgot to bring my spreadsheet.
so most of them could use a little bumping up.
They could,
Or just,
yeah. It may be that there's a technical reference in there. You just basically, what I have found to do this, when I do this, is I have to read both and then say, okay,
what do you think?
usually right away, there isn't something huge. And then it's like, where is it different? And that's what takes the fine grain reading. And sometimes it might be, if I go down to the bottom of like education policy records, it might be this one doesn't have one. It might be, some of them have legal references at the bottom. So it has a statute that, so if I go to the student alcohol, there's a whole bunch of legal references that got changed down here from what there was on the other. So that's what you have to do, and then say, what do you think, and then it's that first analysis, and then bring it back to this group and say, so I read these 2, this is where it's different. I think we're okay, or maybe we want to check with our attorney, or, I suggest this type of change. That's been my experience with it. I don't know if anyone else has had other experiences with policy and how they do it, and I'm open to all ears, it's just kind of fun.
Do you lean towards, like, this looks more robust than what we currently have,
Yeah.
so would we want it ideally more robust, or do you
So-
have to hit all of these?
Maple Run, so when you look at, which one are you looking at, educational
The one on
records?
top, yeah.
So the educational records, sometimes, so their whole policy is right here, is that narrative in here, that's here in number form. And it may be that the number form is easier to digest by the general public than our narrative.
Mhm.
And you may say, hey, I like the way they did it, and then that's the change. I actually am a list type of person, I like lists more than narrative, but that's me, So that's what I want to read through, Jess, is to see, what do I read under this policy and how is it? I will tell you in general, Maple Run did them really fast when they first came into the merged district, and things became more broad. I was thinking a different word, but I think that's the best way of saying it, instead of like finite in detail. And so that's something, there's gives and takes for being detailed versus broad. Because we have procedures and practices.
Do you have to hit all these though to be in compliance?
So usually this has gone through, this down to here, because these administrative responsibilities, like the procedure. So everything up above, to be in compliance, this has gone through, when I say joint legal, that means it's gone through the state and through the school board's attorneys for Vermont school boards to say, hey, that meets all the state and federal laws requirements. So if we take something out of that, we might lose some meaning. And that's why we use these templates quite a bit.
Yeah.
And frankly, I never even did this before with this, because I deal with educational records so much. I never looked at these 2 side by side. So this is a great review for us. just to say, is everything in here, and if not, we might wanna think about that. And that's where we come back, and so the most of the next meeting would be, okay, let's go through these. Hey, we got 5 or 6 that should be read by everybody. Now it's all like, Bill just read one and it was on English language learners and it looks a lot different. Let's all read that for next time. So do we want to take on a new section or continue the students? And that's just kind of the ebb and flow, because when you're doing this many, reviewing this many policies, because what I hope to have happen is that we get a policy review schedule that says, we'll do a fifth of the policies every year in 5 years. They'll be reviewed every 5 years. It could be a fourth or a third, it's really up to this group. How you want to do
It's like personnel policies and student policies, fairly,
it. They're very robust. Yeah.
and they're,
And they're all, yeah.
I mean, I know which two I would like to work on.
Okay, what would you like to work on?
The student alcohol, marijuana, and drugs, and the wellness.
Oh, I wonder why the volunteer just helped a lot with that.
If we don't have students who are homeless in here, is there not a mid-learn policy specific to that?
That's correct.
Okay, just checking.
But there is a
That's what I
procedure.
There is a procedure.
Okay, perfect, that's what I was assuming, just checking.
And that's actually one of the things that we were talking, Aaron and I were talking about a couple of places, that we have a procedure, but there's a required policy. So we didn't go and give you that analysis yet, of places where there's a required policy, but we only have a procedure.
Makes sense.
so Joanne, yes, you wanted C2 and C9?
Yes.
You want others to chime in, or you want to divide them up? What do you think?
Are we just looking to take up the two?
2 or 3,
Yeah.
because there's 12 of them here.
Well, Joanne,
Yeah, I just think we give 2 to Joanna.
which one should we have?
I was thinking we just leave her till it's left. You don't come to the meeting.
Or you?
I would be happy to, honestly, take any of them, but I'll take, 10.
There's 10.
Where's 10?
Oh, sorry.
Number 10.
C11, sorry, I'm sorry.
C11, all right,
It's
yeah.
a Monday. C11, thank you.
Yeah.
C11, and, I will, C7?
Okay.
I didn't look at that one, but I just threw it right out.
Okay,
So you're saying C13 is just a procedure, and we're looking at that?
you see 13 just a procedure right now?
C13 is, yeah, we have a procedure.
But we don't have a policy,
Correct.
and we have to have a policy.
Correct.
So what was so the task for that one would be reviewing the policy itself to
Yeah.
recommend which,
But we need a policy, you're
We need a
supposed to have a
policy.
policy
Right.
for it.
so, which my guess is based on looking at these that we adopt most of
The
that.
model policy, that's what I would do, and then just look at our procedure and see if there's anything, any of the procedure that's out of whack with a
Right, that's what I would assume.
policy.
Okay, perfect.
I'll take, C8. And 20. And 6.
And 6.
I can take 1, 3, and 4.
Okay. And so then we give Joanna 5 and C13, which is number 11.
That's me, almost.
Oh, yeah, that's yours.
Oh,
You had C20 is what I wrote you.
yeah, you're right.
Which way would you like to go? You're here, so.
Oh, she can do that.
Okay, all right. And so what I found is after you do this initial blitz, and let's say there's 4 or 5 that we have to go into detail, that in a 1-hour meeting, you can do about 2 after everyone's read them. If there's, especially if there's some changing, you can get 2 of those done, and then this organization piece in an hour meeting is good money, 2 to 3 of those. So, we could say, Mary Ann just made the observation of the next place that there seems to be a lot required is in personnel. So we can just kind of have that ready to go, but we see how much. Does that sound like a plan?
Each meeting we'll be able to go through 2 to 3.
2 to 3 in real detail. So what I would ask is that if you would read through these, and then like literally a week before, so the Monday before, if you say, hey, I'm just gonna use you, Karen. Karen, you say, hey, the student attendance one looks really good, but that student freedom of expression, there's some differences here. So I can work with Mary, or you can tell Mary Ann, but that, so we can sit there and kind of think out the timing in the order to do this. In this first one. You can just send an email to Erin and we'll get her all done. And that's what, I'm just pulling what I've done in the past.
Yeah.
This is what seemed to work for policy committees. And the next, is it easier for everyone if we do this on Zoom? Or is it coming here is not a big deal? What's easiest for everybody?
There's some.
Yeah, either's fine.
It's fine. I'd rather do them in person. I just do in person. Having meetings in person, by the choice. Okay. That's kind of what I had for today. I know this is going to be kind of short and just trying to get us all on the same page. I don't know if there's any questions or concerns or thoughts.
For the in-person meetings, I'm assuming right here.
Right here. We'll just have it right here. Yeah. Yeah, Erin uses the owl all the time, so it's so easy to capture the minutes.
We also have to post it.
Yeah, we have to post it with the video thing. Yeah, it's easier to capture the minutes.
Yes.
I watched you.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
And everybody should have received calendar invites for the second Monday of each month. I believe everybody responded. Thank you.
Okay.
So everyone has their assignments.
Yeah. Okay.
Is Mary Ann, are you gonna let Joanna know?
Yeah, I think we can, I'll create an email, and Mary Ann, you can be on it, and we'll say that's what we're doing. Sound good? And then, Karen, you can just ship her the attachments, so she has them. Great, thanks all.
Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.
3:29. We like that.